Siamo qui ragazzi con Zai, attualmente la posizione 3 migliore al mondo. Lo amano tutti, tutti lo vogliono e ce l'abbiamo qui noi. Hello Zai, how are you? How are you doing here in Shanghai? Have you been around the city? Are you enjoying it?
Unfortunately, I've not been around at all in the city. We came straight from the airport to the hotel, and then we kind of been stuck here since then. But I mean, it's TI, so it's always nice.
Okay. This TI has $33 million and $15 million dollars are going to the first. It's the biggest prize pool ever in the world of esports. What do you think about this event?
It's amazing. It really is. But at the same time, it's been every TI I've been to, I think, has been the biggest prize pool, and it keeps going up and up and up every year. So it's always like that at TI. You know that the first place is absolutely insane. So it's a very special tournament. Yeah.
Do you think that right now Valve with the title Dota 2 has actually the best title for any sports? And if yes, why?
I'm not sure about the best, but I do believe that Dota is a very strong esports game. Fundamentally, it's been around for a long time. I think it's very enjoyable. It has a pretty large core audience, I would say, that have watched and played the game forever. It's been around. It's kind of stood the test of time in a sense, and not many esports games have done that. So, yeah, if not the best, it's definitely up there with the best esports titles.
And this year was a very good year for Team Secret. You won around $1.3 million in the whole events that you played. And how was in general for you as a team this whole season?
It was good. It was good. It wasn't for me. It's been a while since I won that many tournaments convincingly, and it was a nice feeling to return to. And it kind of made me feel, more confident in my own abilities and stuff like that, because the previous years were not as successful. With that said, though, in Dota, TI is ultimately the one thing that matters. You can win every tournament during a year, and if you don't win TI, then you're not happy. So the conclusion of the year is coming up, so we'll see.
And talking about, like you were saying before, you enter into Secret in September with Nisha. Mm-hmm. And for you, it was not a good season, the previous one. But even TI, I saw you, around the hotel and around the stages, not as happy as I see you right now. Like, what happened? How it's possible that a great team, they are all great teams, but two names like you and Nisha, which are very strong player, can enter into a team and totally change the whole world of Dota. The team itself, it's based on the team, it's based on the player. Mm-hmm. Tell us what's the secret of becoming the Secret right now?
I mean, it's hard to say what makes the Dota team strong. It really is, but I mean, what does matter is that you have 5 players that are all very good at what they do in each respective role. And with me, Nisha, joining up at the beginning of the season, I think we got that. We got to. I mean, I wasn't sure how I was going to do as often, to be honest, because it had been a pretty long time since I played offlane seriously for a top tier team. But as soon as we came in, it started clicking. And as long as you're good at what you do and you're willing to work together, then that's realistically all you need. You need to be the best at what you do, and you need to be good at working with your teammates. So.
And let's say now about your strategy, the way you play. That lane is yours. Mm-hmm. Nobody can take you that lane. What's the plan? Like, we see every time, whenever there's kind of problem, there's a little more taking care of Nisha and its lane, but they leave you alone. You do the lane alone totally. How do you feel? You feel super confident. You have no problems most of the times. What's the plan? It's always like this, or there's some ace up the sleeve that you leave for later on?
No, I mean, I think offlane is a very unique position, as in like most of the time you're not supposed to win your lane. You're just supposed to do good enough. I think it's very rarely during the season that I've been in lanes that I'm like supposed to crush. It happens occasionally, but not that often. And so there's no pressure on me to win my lane. All I have to do is make sure that I get as much as possible and I'm as annoying as possible for the enemy. So it's like I think for some certain types of players, it's a very relieving position to be in, and I really enjoy playing it. So yeah.
Well, you make it sound too easy. You make it sound too easy. Well, you're one of the best player on the game. So, but for me it sounds too easy. Well, let's talk about the qualification. This group stage, it was 4-3-1. You started greatly, like unstoppable. But then the next day something went different. Were you trying to do more strategy, change a little bit the way you play? What were you doing in the next days, or you just lose the control of the games?
Well, I think group stage is always tricky. I think we came in and we started well, as you said, the first day or the first 2 days. But then we also got kind of lucky, and I think one or two games that we probably shouldn't have won against Alliance and Newbie. We had games where we won against like Mega Creeps and stuff like this that probably shouldn't have happened. But yeah, I mean, the group stage is like Dota evolves, you start with one thing and then on day 2, certain teams are doing this. Day 3, people are already doing this, and it kind of just goes forward into playoffs. So I think we were maybe not keeping up as well as we should have. But I think at this point in time, we're fully aware, and we're just taking everything that we learned from group stage into playoffs, and we'll continue from there.
And which was the hardest game you had until now in the group stage?
I mean, as I said, the Alliance and Newbie games that we ended up winning, game 1 against Alliance and game 2 against Newbie, were incredibly hard, and we probably shouldn't have ended up winning, but we did. But as for games we lost, I think probably LGD, TNC, Mineski. LGD or TNC, I think, gave us the hardest time when we ended up losing.
And the first game that you're gonna have is against the EG. RTZ, it's Worm. He did a wonderful rampage, but nobody was expecting this. And what do you think is gonna be this game? It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be tricky, it's gonna be a mental battle.
I think a lot of it's gonna come down to strategy. As always when you play against EG. I think EG is a very stable team in terms of strategy. They always have good ideas and strong ideas of how to play the game. And I think it's up to us to beat that. I'm not sure if we're expecting a big surprise from them, because I don't think they're the kind of team to completely change the way they play and stuff like this. So I think it's just up to us to figure them out. And then, maybe I'll rampage them. Who knows?
What do you think it's the most fearsome team you will encounter during this TI?
I mean, as of now, it looks like OG again. They seem to have found their TI form, and they're always a scary team. If we do end up beating EG, we're playing either OG or Newbie. So I think so, at least. So yeah, one of those teams I think are very strong, because I think Newbie is also a very underrated team. A lot of people are not rating them as highly, probably because they're not a big name, but they've been very impressive this year, and I wouldn't underrate Newbie also.
You're not worried about the teams that are playing their own country, like LGD or VG?
Of course, they're also very strong teams, and we lost to them also. But
you will have all the stadium against you.
Yeah, of course, but that can be kind of fun sometimes as well. So we'll see. I mean, every team that's here is strong. Like, I look at upper bracket and I see strong teams. I look at lower bracket and I see strong teams. So there's no escaping any team. If you want to win, you have to beat the best. So.
Thank you a lot for being with us. Bene ragazzi, allora ci vediamo ancora con qualche altra intervista che riusciamo a trovare fra poco. Un saluto a tutti, grazie Zai, thank you very much.
Grazie.